Beautiful buildings, uncrowded streets, bright colours. Vienna looks great on social media, but does it live up to its picture-perfect image in real life? And is it worth a trip? Let's investigate. The Austrian capital is one of the most visited cities in Europe. 5.6 million tourists came there in 2022. For centuries, it was the home of the Habsburg dynasty, whose royalty made the city their showcase. The Vienna Hofburg in the centre of the old town is a photo hotspot. The complex of palaces and buildings is so huge that it doesn't even fit in one picture. Nowadays, the Hofburg is the residence of the Austrian president, but many museums are located there too. To check out what's behind the magnificent facades, visit the State Hall in the Austrian National Library in the Hofburg. It's €10 to enter, but definitely worth it. Towering in the centre under a 30-metre-high dome is a statue of Emperor Charles VI. Don't forget to look up at the impressive ceiling fresco. The library holds 200,000 books, some 350 years old. So, did it live up to the hype? We say yes. The photos on Instagram aren't an exaggeration. The Hofburg and National Library are definitely a must-see.
Das Bemerkenswerte ist, dass der Kaiser Karl VI., das war ja der Auftraggeber des Prunksaals, dass er nicht nur eine Universalbibliothek, also nicht nur einen Zweckbau errichten wollte, sondern auch sich und seinen Ahnen ein Denkmal setzen wollte, also ein repräsentatives Denkmal. Und genau das spürt man eben, wenn man hineinkommt, also man ist so beeindruckt und es gibt immer wieder, vor allem im Mitteloval, dann so Schnittstellen, wo man das sehr gut merkt. Also wo er sich auf der einen Seite als Kaiser dieses Reiches darstellt und auf der anderen Seite als Errichter der kaiserlichen Hofbibliothek. Das Deckenfresko alleine ist bestickt mit sehr vielen Symbolen und man kann hier unendlich viele kleine Details auch entdecken.
If you look for pictures of Vienna on Instagram, you'll definitely find the Karlskirche. The church has Byzantine architectural elements since it was influenced by the Hagia Sophia church in Istanbul in the early 18th century. But it's more than a selfie backdrop. For an entrance fee of €9.50, you can marvel at its impressive Baroque interior. The church was commissioned at the beginning of the 18th century by Charles VI, the same emperor who had the State Hall of the Court Library built. So, what's the final word on this hotspot? Yes, the Karlskirche is also worth a visit, and anyone who goes inside it will understand even more why it's so popular.
Well, I think the most remarkable thing, besides the physical building of the church, is actually what it stands for. And the Church of St. Charles was built as a votive church, as a monument, so to speak, or as a bulwark against epidemics and pestilence. And that was the purpose of this church, to be a sort of a spiritual bulwark against physical evils as well. And we, here at the Church of St. Charles, still live very much in this tradition.
The third frequently photographed Vienna site also has something to do with overcoming an epidemic. The Baroque plague column, also known as the Trinity Column, is an eye-catcher on the Graben, Vienna's prominent shopping boulevard. Passers-by and tourists frequently stop to admire the 20-metre-high monument. Marvel at the many figures and scenes relating to life and death carved on it. This towering sculpture was built by Emperor Leopold I. Pictured here. Although the monument from 1693 is an eye-catcher, hardly anyone seems to know why it was built.
It's very tall, it's very impressive, very pretty. I like it.
Do you know what's the reason for this statue here?
Not at all. I don't.
No, we don't know.
No. Wir haben tatsächlich angehalten, weil 2 von unseren 3 Kindern Latein in der Schule haben und wir haben jetzt an den Schildern drum gerätselt.
This is a column to give thanks for surviving a very deadly plague that struck Vienna in the 17th century, towards the end. Yeah. We say about a quarter of the people died, so a big trauma for the people. Very, very religious in the sense that this is a present and offering to God, whom they believed saved them.
Conclusion: the plague column looks great in pictures and takes you to the heart of Vienna. So does Vienna's Instagram image live up to reality? We say yes. Vienna is photogenic and worth a visit. But what do you guys think? Write your opinion in the comments.